Welcome to LSK TV, Northern People, Africa, and worldwide. We are so blessed and happy having the president himself for Luo Foundation, the pillar, the cornerstone, the brain behind Luo Foundation, right here in Kitgum, northern part of Uganda. Yes, Mr. President, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
It's
Thank you.
very
It's a
impressive
pleasure to
having
be
you.
here
Yes, please.
and to meet you in person.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
How was your journey and of course the impression when you step back home right here?
It's beautiful. It's always nice to be back home. There's so much that's happened. The great work that you guys are all doing, and it's amazing to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's the president. And if you heard about like the Luo convention, he's the one also making a double stand to make it a success and also to Nessa Pasa. And of course, many people are so welcoming and they are warming up for the convention, which is going to come this year. But now the convention has taken like already 6 years. Me, myself, also last year, Northern people blessed me with this one. Of course, the radio personality of the year.
That's why
Northern part of
I'm.
Uganda.
That's why
You
I'm
can
very
hold it
humbled.
also.
That's why I'm very humbled to be seated.
Yes.
Seated next to the best man in northern Uganda here,
I
radio
appreciate.
personality. Congratulations.
I
first of all.
appreciate, Mr.
This is
President.
beautiful.
That's great.
And keep the good work.
I appreciate.
I hope that we will be able to win something also next year.
And this one is now the second time of it because I remember 2017 also won from Game Club, the same thing, Northern President of the Year. That was
Wow.
2017 from Wandega Game Club in Kampala.
We
So
are-
this is the second one, and I'm so pleased and blessed also in my 13 years in radio. They are blessing me.
Wow.
All right.
Congratulations.
Now,
I'm humbled.
we want to know, Mr. President, we want to understand also and get at least the in depth from you about the Luo Convention because people have been also seeing about it, and most of the people also are still lacking some of the information about Luo Convention. What should they take, or somebody should put at the back of his mind or our mind or on his face when he talk about like Luo Convention?
Thank you very much, Mr. Lamson. And thank you for the wonderful work, the good question that you've just put across. It's indeed true, we need to do a better job at bringing ourselves to the fore so people know and also present all the information that's required. And also make it more accessible so people know where to go. Right now we have our website as our main center for information, but that's not enough and it's not adequate. So we're going to have more presence on radio, social media platforms,
Exactly.
and the other forums so people get, and also make sure that it's interactive so people can ask questions
Exactly.
and be answered. But to directly, specifically respond to your question, Luo Foundation is the organization that runs Luo Convention. So Luo Convention is one of the products for Luo Foundation, just like we have Luo Coffee, also another product of Luo Foundation. And so the purpose for Luo Foundation, for Luo Convention, is to promote a platform that celebrates our culture as the Luo
Exactly.
and nurtures our culture as the Luo and also preserves our culture as the Luo in and among the Luo community in Africa and the world as at large.
Exactly.
Why did that happen? For us who are in the diaspora especially, the risk of us disconnecting with our culture is so high because we deal with foreign cultures on a daily. And so we needed a platform where our people, our children, and the Luo community as a whole
Exactly.
come and feel that I'm home. Come and taste food that is Luo. Come and listen to language that is Luo. Come and interact with brothers and sisters that are Luo. But also get to know more about Luo. What is Luo? Where do we come from? Why are we Luo? And all those things.
Exactly.
It's very important for us in the diaspora, but also for especially the younger children that are growing up, even in this region, even in this town. We've tended to now distant ourselves from culture, and yet culture is very critical to your growth, to your development, to your whole existence as a person. And so what Luo Convention does is that every year we hold a convention that comprises of all the Luos. Luo from Uganda, Luo from Kenya, Luo from Ethiopia, from South Sudan, Luo from Egypt, Luo from Congo, and we come to one place and just celebrate and know each other.
Okay.
And each year we also have themes that are central to the Luo existence.
Exactly.
In 2022, we had language.
Okay.
We talked about Luo language. How is it important? How can we preserve it? How can we keep it? How can we pass it from one generation to the next?
Exactly.
So this year's convention is about Luo food, the Luo cuisine.
Okay.
And the other thing, so we're going to come celebrate our food. The Choles will have their food, the Lao will have their food,
Okay.
the Alus will have their food, the Japadola will have their food, the Kumam will have their food, the Chope will have their food,
Okay.
and the Luos in Kenya, Luos in Sudan,
Okay.
and also get to know each other. In Uganda, we have about six or seven different sub-ethnic groups. In Sudan, we have 7 or 8 different sub-ethnic groups. In Kenya, we have one, which is the big major one. I don't know how many we have in Ethiopia. We have one that I know. But if me, who is dedicated to discovering and knowing us, still doesn't have a whole idea of what the Luo is, then how about an ordinary Luo who does not have that at the center of their day-to-day living? And so this platform, which is the convention, is to help us get us together, know ourselves.
Exactly.
And part of the other component, the second component of the convention, is that the hosting is rotational, both in geography and in practice. In geography, our plan is that every year we will have the convention take place in a different part of the world, that has Luo.
That is.
Until now, it has been in Canada because that's where it was birthed. But going forward, 2026, we plan to have it in the UK. 2027, we plan to have it in Kenya. And so it's going to be the whole round world that has Luo community. North America, South Sudan, just every year we make sure that we are moving from one location to the other.
So
But
interesting.
also, each year, each sub-ethnic group takes the lead in hosting.
Okay.
So last year, 2024, it was the Alu that took the lead. This year, 2025, we have the Luo from Kenya that are taking the lead. Next year, it might be the Choli, it might be the Japadola. And the unique thing that happens is that when they're taking the lead, their leader, call it a king, call it a chief, call it a paramount chief, becomes the automatic guest of honor.
Oh, guest of honor. Okay.
And also they take the big role. The artists, the language, the food, the organization, they take the lead.
Okay.
In that way, every Luo worldwide will have the opportunity to host or show what they are and what they're made of.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you.
So amazing. That's the president from the president. But now, one other thing, we have many fraudsters, of course, wannabes. You find also some of the people being robbed. Of course, they being fooled, like, we are going to take you outside, we're going to take you for the convention. And people are so worried of injecting the money also for the convention. What are the criteria and the credentials needed for somebody to be also participating in the convention, so that we should avoid the fraudsters too?
Thank you. Unfortunately, the world that we exist in now, we cannot eliminate, scam and fraudster. Even in the US, in the UK and Europe, as a whole, you get fraudstered. You deal with fraudsters on a daily. You have people who call you normally with the Indian or Nigerian accent. They're calling you, selling you dupe. And they also happen here. People, if you start Googling how to travel to Canada, for example, you're going to get some websites that are scams. And they'll ask you to pay quick money and they run. So Luo Foundation is not exceptional. we are also dealing with that. We have some Nigerians that, I've had a Nigeria call me to scam me that they want to take me to Luo Convention.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Because the reason why I asked you, Mr. President, so
Yes.
many people they are complaining a lot that Luo Foundation they're robbing money from people, they're getting money from people, but they're not taking them outside. But when you come to the foundation itself, you find like they're very green about that. They don't know all these people are crying over there. So now, how is the foundation going to protect the people, and how are you preparing also to protect the people from the fraudsters too? Or what can you say to somebody watching or viewing from LSK TV to also be protected, and also not get into the trap of fraudsters?
One thing I would say is, first, if you can, go on our website. Use the phone numbers that are on our website only to contact. If it's law convention related, go on our website, get the authentic phone number that is on our website. Two, consult us. Find a way of reaching out to us. If you have to walk into the office, we're in senior quarters in Gulu. If you have to call only the numbers that you get on the website.
Exactly.
Okay? And then you will get the correct answers. The second thing that is also very critical, go on the Government of Canada website. We also have that website linked to our website of Luo Foundation. Go to the Government of Canada website. And how do you know that this is a Government of Canada website and the other one is not? The Government of Canada website will always end with a CA. .ca. If you find any website dealing with you and it ends with a .com, that is a scam.
Exactly.
So any website, any email that comes to you and it has a .com, that is a scam. Our emails will end with a ORG or org because it's an authentic organization. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing, double check your information. If somebody tells you this, find another person to ask the same information from. Don't be in a hurry to give money and to pay.
Exactly.
We do not give visas as Luo Foundation. We host the convention. We provide you a letter of invitation after you have registered with us. And then, with that letter of information, you are responsible to apply for a visa. If you cannot apply for a visa on your own, there are consultants. Some of the names are also on the Government of Canada website. You reach out to them, they will be able to help you because they are known by the Government of Canada and they are known by us.
Exactly.
Any other person that is dealing with you, it's a high chance that you are dealing with a scam.
Exactly.
We have had a lot of these questions, a lot of these concerns. Some of them are people that have just had issues with us.
With the foundation.
And, yes, with the foundation, and they want to make sure that the foundation goes with them. But for the most part, people just don't have the right information and they get scammers. Last year, there were 2 people arrested in Gulu police. One was acting like a lawyer and got a lot of money from people. We had no idea they reached out to us. Another thing also about this scamming, I want you guys to know, we also have our letters of invitations that have been forged and given to the Government of Canada. But what people don't know is that every application, the Government of Canada gets back to us to confirm if this is true or not. As this person actually registered, is this letter from you or not? The second thing that we now do is all the people that are applying under who have registered to come for the Luo Convention, we send their names direct to the Government of Canada. So if somebody tells you that you have applied to go for the convention, but you've not had a fingerprint and your name is not with us, then that is most likely going to be a scam.
Okay.
What is important, never be in a hurry, seek for information, reach out to us. If you reach out to this TV station, they have our contacts.
Exactly.
At the worst case scenario, they'll be able to connect with us and say, we have situation A, B, C. How can we guide with the correct information? So it is just information.
So maybe like
that's
the
most
limitation,
important
of
one.
course, like the age limit, because some people want to go with their family over there. Like there's limitation.
No, there's no limitation. And two, we are not only providing letters of invitations to Luo, because it's a Luo and a friends of Luo. So anybody, you may not be a Luo,
But you want to learn
but
something.
you want to learn something about Luo, we will give you the letter of information.
Okay.
We've had people come from central Uganda, we've had people come from Rwanda, we've had people come from Burundi, we've had people come from Nigeria who are not necessarily Luo, but they're able to show interest in learning our culture, and we give them the letters of information, the letters of invitation.
Yes, and this year the convention is going to be in October, so we are preparing, and we are going to see what's going to happen. This time around, Kenya is the one leading, so don't miss it out. Whether you are young or big or old, or you small, or you thin or fat like the president himself, also make sure you need to be there and see some of the Luo over there. And of course, I'm still watching LSK TV with me, Lamson Yuchi, and the president himself for Luo Foundation. Somebody who made a double stand for the foundation. Oh, you have some of the board members and of course some of the executive too. Maybe you mention their names too, so that people should know.
Yes, and you will see their faces in the rebranded website that we're working on right now. Luo Foundation being a non-profit organization, you cannot get registered in Canada without a board that exists. But the names that I could tell you that I think you would get to know are people like Professor Bay Benjamin, who is based in Seattle, in the U.S. Walter Lam is another famous gentleman who is also based in the U.S. I think he's also based in Seattle. I'm not sure which state he's based at. We have two powerful ladies from Kenya. One is called Pamela, one is called Dora. Pamela is based actually they're all based in the US.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Pamela is Canadian but based in the US, works for the Canadian Embassy in Washington.
Okay. Yes, we heard like the Luo Foundation is coming up with a new project that is called North Coffee Alliance. Maybe briefly, you can also take us through what is it all about, and maybe you tell us more about the North Coffee Alliance.
Thank you very much. So Luo Foundation has a product that is coming online. It's called Luo Coffee. I will show you the samples. You give me, I'll share with you. So, Luo Coffee is a product for Luo Foundation. Now, when we came down here and started moving around to visit farmers, we realized that it's important we have a platform for marketing coffee that's coming from the north. And that is how North Coffee Alliance came into existence. So the purpose of North Coffee Alliance is to get us together to be able to sell our coffee directly to the global market, and leave out the middleman, and also be able to get more money, in the farmers' pockets, because we are cutting that chain of middlemen that come here, get coffee, and then they again sell it within Uganda, maybe 2-3 times before it gets out. And so that's what North Coffee Alliance is about.
Okay.
A platform to sell coffee from the north direct to the world, but also bring information about coffee from the world direct to the farmers.
The farmers.
Yes.
Yes, that's all about the Luo Foundation and what you need to know about it. Don't forget to subscribe, and the president is here in Uganda, and I hope he's enjoying home very well.
Beautiful.
And when you get back to Canada, send greetings to our people over there. But
I absolutely will. Thank
the
you.
biggest is going to be in October when we see ourselves over there. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor, Lamson, and
All right.
thank you for inviting
I
us
appreciate you.
for the interview.
Yes.
And again, congratulations for this.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
My honor too.
Yeah.
One love.
It's a mark of good work for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.